Today, we're taking a look at the best affordable electric cars in 2022, all under $50,000, and some starting as little as $26,000 after tax rebates. Our list includes many of the EVs that we personally saw firsthand at the New York Auto Show, and we even got to test ride in some of them. Alright, let's get right into it. First up, we have the Hyundai IONIQ 5. This is Hyundai's brand new electric SUV that has great style, a futuristic interior, and packed with tons of features. It starts at $40,000 MSRP, but is eligible for the $7,500 federal tax credit, bringing it down to $32,500. The IONIQ 5 has the styling of a much more expensive car, almost like an Audi, and we love the square LED headlights and taillight design that looks both retro and futuristic. It comes in either rear-wheel drive or optional all-wheel drive powertrain. And for specs, it has 320 horsepower with a 0 to 60 in 5 seconds for the all-wheel drive version. That makes it as fast as a Tesla Model 3 long range. The battery has 303 miles of range that can charge 10 to 80% in 18 minutes using ultra-fast DC charging. Looking at the interior, it's futuristic and stylish with dual panoramic screens, while also having dedicated buttons for music and climate control. The back seats can lean back, while the driver's seat has a leg rest you can lift up for those longer legs, or lay back while the car is charging. For safety features and self-driving, the car has HDA2, or Highway Driving Assist 2, which will detect vehicles ahead and maintain speed while also keeping it centered. It can also do automatic lane changes and self-park itself like a Tesla. Next up, another EV from Hyundai and one of the cheapest electric cars you can buy is the Hyundai KONA EV. It has an MSRP of $34,000, but the EV rebate brings it down to $26,500. It's got a simple style that still has a touch of new. It packs 201 horsepower, a 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds, and front-wheel drive, with no all-wheel drive option available. For range, you can expect about 260 miles and can be charged with DC fast charging from 10 to 80% in about 1 hour. The interior is simplistic, but it includes a touchscreen that features both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a second display in the dash for the instrument cluster. For safety features, it doesn't have any autonomous or self-driving features, but it does have adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, and pedestrian detection. Next, we have the Toyota bZ4X, which is Toyota's first all-electric car. While Toyota has made plenty of hybrids in the past, this is their first battery-only EV they've made. It starts at $42,000, and unfortunately, the $7,500 tax rebate is starting to phase out for Toyota. The bZ4X is available in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive options, and has 201 horsepower for the front-wheel drive option, while the all-wheel drive has 214 horsepower. For range, it will take you 252 miles for the front-wheel drive and 228 miles in the all-wheel drive model. And charging can use DC fast charging to get 80% in 30 minutes. Looking at the interior, it's minimalist while having dual LED screens, one for the instrument cluster and one for the infotainment in the center. There's also a set of touch-sensitive buttons underneath the screen for climate control, and the bezel has a shiny finish. Meanwhile, many parts of the dash on the passenger side are made of a fabric material, which is an interesting design choice and might not be for everyone. For safety features, the bZ4X has Toyota's Safety Sense 3.0, which has adaptive cruise control and lane keep on the highway to keep it in the lane and moving with traffic. Up next, the new Subaru Solterra. This one is actually built on the same platform as the Toyota bZ4X, since they partnered together, so the cars are almost identical. The main difference is that the Solterra has X mode, which is an all-wheel drive control system that allows it to adapt to different driving conditions like mud or deep snow. For specs, it's basically identical to the Toyota bZ4X, 220-mile range with 210 horsepower and 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. And the interior is almost nearly identical to the Toyota, with the same screen and infotainment, controls, and dash. The other major difference will be price, since the Subaru Solterra starts at $38,000, but Subaru is still eligible for the $7,500 EV rebate, making it a lot cheaper than its identical Toyota twin. Next up, from Kia, is the EV6 electric SUV. It has a starting price of $41,000 or $33,000 after the tax rebate. The EV6 has a sporty and aggressive design with the front headlights, while the rear taillight LED goes across the entire back. It also has door handles that are flush and pull out to open. For specs, the EV6 Lite trim has a smaller battery with 232 miles of range, rear-wheel drive, 167 horsepower, and charging time of about 1 hour on DC fast charge. For the higher-end trims of the EV6, like the GT line with all-wheel drive, can have up to 320 horsepower with a 0 to 60 in just 3.5 seconds. For safety features, the EV6 features Highway Driving Assist 2, which will maintain speed and distance and includes lane centering and lane change assist. There's even remote smart parking assist that lets you park the car remotely without even being inside of it. Another fully electric car from Kia is the Niro EV. It has a starting price of $40,000 and is eligible for the tax rebate, bringing it down to $32,000. The style of the Niro is most similar to current cars, so it doesn't look too futuristic, but it still has a sporty design. Meanwhile, the interior has a screen for the instrument cluster and a touchscreen in the dash, along with dedicated buttons and knobs for media control and climate. For specs, the Niro EV has a range of 239 miles, 200 horsepower with a 0 to 60 in 7.8 seconds. It's front-wheel drive and doesn't offer any all-wheel drive options. For charging, you can use DC fast charging to get up to 80% in 1 hour. Moving on to Nissan is the Ariya crossover SUV. It starts at $47,000 but is eligible for the rebate, bringing it down to $38,000. It has a range of up to 300 miles, with 238 horsepower on the front-wheel drive option, while the higher trims can offer up to 389 horsepower and all-wheel drive. The styling of the Ariya is futuristic yet simple, with slim LED headlights and a rear LED bar across the back. The interior features a wide dual screen, one for the instrument cluster and another for the infotainment system. There's not many tactile buttons. Everything is mostly touch-sensitive built in the dash, and the center console is motorized with the ability to move forward and back. Next, we have the Volkswagen ID.4. Starting at $41,000 MSRP and is eligible for the EV rebate. The base model has rear-wheel drive with 201 horsepower, while the all-wheel drive spec will put out 295 horsepower. For range, you're looking at 280 miles on the base model. For styling, the ID.4 looks reminiscent of the traditional Volkswagens, but with a refreshed look. The LED headlights are sleek, and the light continues across the front with the logo that also illuminates. The interior is simple with a screen for the cluster and another in the center for the infotainment with just a few buttons underneath. Finally, we have the Ford Mustang Mach-E. This one has been around for a few years, and it's got a starting MSRP of $43,000 and is eligible for EV rebates. For specs, it has 266 horsepower on the base model, while the GT trim can get up to 480 horsepower. The battery has a range of 247 miles for the base, with up to 314 miles on the GT trim. The styling of the Mach-E looks like a futuristic version of the older Mustangs, while the interior is simple with a dual screen for the instrument cluster and a large vertical touchscreen with a tactile knob at the bottom. Alright, that's it for now. Let us know in the comments which new EV you prefer from our list, and be sure to watch some of our other reviews and comparisons.